We're happy to welcome you, Venerable Lee, to this historic moment as we finish up the Korean summit today. And so we as the World Friends for New Civilization, which you are the founder of, and we're excited to have you be able to share what has happened today. And it would be lovely if you would start us with a moment of silence or prayer for us in this historic moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. I think this is a historical and turning point in terms of a peace process in Korean Peninsula. I believe in power of prayer and meditation. So I want to begin with a moment of silent prayer for each one of us. Spend a couple of minutes. Breathe deeply to your lower center and send our prayers and meditation and healing energy to this Korean Peninsula, especially for those two leaders from South Korea and North Korea, to make it historical summit and make it turning point to get rid of even all nuclear power in Korean Peninsula first and hopefully on earth. So let us begin with a moment of silent prayers or meditation. May the grace of the whole universe watch over us. May grace of all parents, past, present, future, watch over us. May the grace of all living beings respond to our prayers. And make the grace of a law and spiritual and natural law and Dharma and all teachings of our sages and saints respond to us in our prayers. We pray that everyone, including all those leaders who are in charge to make it happen for the peace process, ending the culture of a war and begin a new culture of peace and love and compassion. May we all filled with inner peace and joy in our inner center and lower center. And may we filled with a loving kindness and compassion in our heart. May we fill with the awakened wisdom in our upper center. And that we will be guided with a higher universal and cosmic energy, putting all of us together as a one life energy. And that we are uniting and become embodiment of all sages and saints who've been inspired to do things we are engaging at this moment as we launch new movement of World Friends for a New Civilization. We will be instruments and fertilizer and embodiment of what we are talking and what we are envisioning, to fertilize and to assist this emerging new civilization. Just to focus on our loving kindness and compassion. Just focus on our humanity and oneness of humanity, and bring forth all positive energies and positive quality of human beings to live together peacefully, to support each other, and to understand each other, till we move forward a new direction as we are bringing spirituality in our everyday life and bringing this civilization filled with spiritual values and ethical and moral values in our heart and minds, in our actions. So we are bringing this spiritual renaissance into humanity today, especially to the area divided with the conflict and wars and hatred and anger. We are transforming those energies into healing and forgiveness energy with the love, compassion, and kindness. So be us, so be it. Thank you.
Thank you. It is a special day for an opening of hearts today. So we would love to have you be able to share in this moment, on this, especially today, the moral and spiritual and ethical perspective on what has happened. How are you feeling? How are the people feeling? What's the spiritual place of the hearts of the people right now?
I think this is a turning point in Korean history, that all divided and based on difference and focusing on different ideology, political ideology, and many different ideologies dividing Korean peninsula. At the end of World War II, Koreans didn't really choose to be divided. We were divided right after World War II, by the end of Hiroshima and Nagasaki invasion. So we were free from Japanese military occupation. So today, I felt that finally we are getting together. Finally, we are recognizing what is the most important things in human life. And I saw our President Moon Jae-in from South Korea and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un both had this kind of, I think, ethical, moral, and spiritual values in their conversation, in their dialogue, in their statement. Finally, they agreed upon that the most important fundamental things, we will get rid of anything hindering us, any obstacle in the process of making peace among 80 million who are living in Korean Peninsula. So I think it's finally history is there, and finally it's a momentum is created. I think this Korean example will not be just to the Korean. To me, this is the beginning of a new civilization that we can delve into the positive and great quality of human beings by dialoguing, by being together, have a conversation, private, public, formal and informal conversation of the food, of the drinking and the walking and so forth, that bringing this fundamental human values of love, of compassion and wisdom, that how can we do better to deal with all the problems we are facing in South and North Korea and so forth. So I thought it was very exciting to me, and very happy to see these two leaders finally sit together, walking together, eat together, drinking together, and talk together regarding the same issue on threat and fear and problems in Korean Peninsula. So I was watching, not only myself, I was asking anybody today. There are so many people celebrating, just putting the Korean map in the one map, South and North Korea, always it's in the middle, DMZ was lines, and the up was red, and south is blue. But today, we erased the DMZ 38 parallel lines. Everybody put it in one map, and they are hanging with their prayers. Any corner of the in front of a city hall and so forth. So I personally drove to Gwangju area, where the most people, because of a Gwangju massacre took place May 18th, 1980, very recent years. Because of their recent memory, they draw this one map with their prayers that we don't need to kill each other. We don't need to fight each other. We can pray, we can be together, and they send the prayers and blessings to the summit today. So all of the nation, everybody was doing that. In the school, all the school, they're watching summit from their school with the teachers and students. I think this is wonderful. Our next generation is opening up their heart and mind and embracing the other as my family members, my national, our neighbors, instead of divided, the other. So we created today, there is no us and them, but we are part of a large whole called Korean Peninsula. We can expand this inclusion and inclusive way of thinking and communicating and finding solution to the new problems and existing problems in this way. So I was very happy, and I asked the taxi drivers about it. I asked anybody on the street, even any shop I drop by, because I wanted to make sure everybody pay attention to us. So wherever I go, wherever I visit today, everybody watching TV and watching this Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in's dialogue, their conversation, their every moment. It was beautiful at the end. First Lady of South Korea and First Lady of North Korea joined at the end. And then they're talking the other side first, not their husband, but the other side first.